Welcome to Insight Plug, the podcast where independent creators and entrepreneurs connect and inspire. I'm your host, Devon Jones. Today on our show, we have a creative individual. His name is Daniel Proctor. Daniel, welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you. Thank you for having me on here.
I love how you describe yourself as a creative individual. So let's touch up on that. When did you know you were a creative individual?
It was some random Instagram tag, but like, yeah. So I, so when I was a kid, I was I think. Um, Now that I see the world differently from others, and I still kind of do. Um, like I'm not like perfect in any shape or form, but like there's, but like I had like massive anxiety issues. To the point where like when I was a kid in primary school, like the only way to cope and all that was, I'm not joking, like I just wrote characters. I wrote little stories. It started out from like writing like little cartoons, just to help. And it did. It actually really helped. Like little cartoon characters, and all that. And I've always had this in my mind. I had like this world in my head, of like stories, ideas, and all that. This progressed into more, and it still is like it's still progressing to this day. Of like when I was a kid, I just wrote like cartoons and all that. But I went to my teenage years, and that's when I got more influence to more like adult media, to the point where like I wrote like a few scripts, few stories, and all that. And I really wanted to make this my dream, because I believe no matter what you believe and all that, I believe I can't take the chance of, there might be another life out there. You might get another chance. So you might as well just do it now. So um I I decided to, it got to the point where like I started to, after after high school, I went to college where I did creative media. Now I was that, and I literally, because once again, I know I can't make a video game. I can't write a book. I wrote like short stories and all that, but I'm not like massively into books and all that. But I love, I've always like thought filming would be great for me. So I just did that. Um, and I did that for about, I think about 4 years, and it was it was good. I made a few films. Some of them are on YouTube now. Um, but um, but after that, like I just realized more like it's so hard being doing directing. It's more from like the people who I was around with, the class I was in, anyways. They weren't. I feel like they just weren't there to like study. They were just there for more like just to sit up and watch a film. Like really, that's how I describe it. So I decided to just put that on a hold after college, because I realized that acting is way more easier. And it's true. I've done short films like afterwards, where if it made me realize like all these people in like uni and all that, it's like, mate, I'm glad I don't have to deal with this stuff now. Like it's just like seems so much stress. And it was like, but in hopes with acting to get into back into directing as well.
Awesome, awesome. I love that. All right, so I got a few questions. So at the
Yeah,
beginning,
sure.
you mentioned you used to come up with characters. Out of
Mm.
curiosity, any of those characters still stick with you today?
Yes. One of those characters, I made a short film on it, based on it. It's called Kyoko and Me. The movie itself is so like, I'll be honest, it's so low budget. It's so bad. I'll be honest, like, but the concept of it was, it's about this detective in Japan, and is it's a buddy cop thing really, but the buddy cop is a inner demon. It's a spirit, and the spirit isn't like it's a buddy cop mo movie, but it's not really buddy cop. Like they both hate each other. There's no like they're not even mates by the end of the film. Like it's just more like they help each other out to an extent, and that's the one that got out there the most. That's the one that I think most people talk about when it comes to like my creations from the past that made it onto like a website or screen or whatever you want to call it. Um, like um, really like, and other than that, like I wrote a story. Um, I do want to make a film as well. It's called Static. It's a short horror movie. Well, short horror story, sorry, about the university students going to her fiance's for the first time. No, her fiance's parents meeting them there, and they um like her car crashes down pretty much, and she gets picked up by these weird hillbillies, and they stay there for a few days to fix her car, but but they put her in this room with a TV, and the TV is, they're fascinated by this TV, and it's turned out to be possessed by a game show host from the 1950s, and it just goes on and on. It's weird. It's a weird story, but those are the two creations from like I made originally that have been put out to like, the website and all that, which I do hope more and more. And then the last thing from that question was uh that I wrote the first script I ever wrote was Deadhead. It's about quick it's pretty much the best way to describe it is the Punisher, but if he was a zombie. It's a revenge story, pretty much. And that's something I'm really proud of, and hope to God in the future I can like make that into a film. But at the moment, like, it's a goal, but like at the moment, like it's acting at the moment, yeah.
Interesting, interesting.
Mm,
Yeah, you're gonna reach those goals.
let's
I
hope.
tell a lot of filmmakers, I tell a lot of writers, actors, even new directors, hey,
Yeah,
the start is rough, but as long as you keep going, there's light at the end of that tunnel. So,
that's true.
yeah, all right. So for these projects that you wrote the scripts for, you mentioned that you did, have you done any acting in it, or is it acting in someone else's project?
Um, I've done acting for, let me think. No, I haven't acted in. I've only acted in one of my movies, directed by me. But the rest of them, I have just done like other, but like non films not directed or written by me. I've just done as more like I've just been acted in them. Really, that's it. Really. Mm.
Awesome. And then so you said before we started the interview, you told me that one of your goals was to be a director. Is there
Yes.
any director that inspires you to be a director, or what is it that
Yeah.
sparked you to have that goal to be a director?
Well, obviously, as I said before, like it's more like it's the only creative outlet I think I can do. But if I was going to give you a director I was inspired by, it would be John Carpenter. I love John Carpenter. I think some of his movies are masterpieces. Especially for like one of my all-time favorite movies is The Thing. It's just brilliant. It's brilliant in filmmaking. It's brilliant in special effects. It's better than like any like sort of like effects you get in a movie now. I think I don't like CGI. I hate it. I think it's. I don't think there's any such thing as realistic CGI. And now that's gonna get taken over by AI probably. So it's gonna look more unrealistic. Um, and that's scary to be honest. In terms of like AI in the future and all that. But yeah, like John Carpenter is a fantastic filmmaker.
Awesome. Yeah, he's great. And so I have a question. I'm curious. Kind of touched on
Mm,
it earlier, but when you're coming up with these characters and you're coming up with these stories and you're getting into this creative mode, is there anything that motivates you to bring out those, creative talent that you have?
I don't. I That's the thing. I can't describe it. It's like it's weird. It's just. I don't know. It's the stuff I watch. Like it's the stuff I watch really. Like as a kid with these cartoon characters, I just watched like little cartoons as a kid. But as I got older, I watched stuff like Spawn, The Punisher, all this stuff and all that, and I got into horror. So I inspired a lot from like the stuff I watched really. Some of it does come from like some dark places. Some like yeah, like a rage in a way. It's like write out. It's like when like songwriters like write music. That's the best way to describe it as well. If I like, you know, if I write like Deadhead, like it's a story about grief and loss and revenge and all that. Like that's the character and all that I made. Like it's gonna be like, mad. Even Kyoku and Me, it comes from like a place like the character John, who's the main character. He is depressed, he's sad, he's lonely. Um, and you know, it's it, it's also him struggling with his inner demon pretty much. And obviously some of it comes from like a place in mind, but like, it's best to let, but it comes from like dark places and all that sometimes. But some of it is literally just because I watch that stuff. Like I'm not a psycho all the time. You know what I mean? Like,
Got it, got it. So I do have a question. So you say you watched the Punisher and
Mm.
Spawn. Curious, when your goal of director is fulfilled, is there a genre that you see yourself in, or are you open to like all the genres?
I'm open to all genres, but I've always like had a massive spot for horror.
Or
Like I love horror so much. I even got bloody tattoos on me involving like Jason Voorhees and all that. So yeah,
nice. All right. So here's a question. Out of all the horror villains, there's a lot, but there are those popular ones. Who's Daniel's favorite horror villain?
Jason Voorhees.
There we go.
It's yeah, Jason Voorhees, mate.
Awesome, awesome. I love it. I'm a fan of Jason as well. I love Friday the 13th. All right. So you mentioned songwriters, they're writing songs, and we did speak previously before this interview. So let's jump into it. A creative individual, usually creatives do film, they do modeling, they do painting, they do drawing.
Mm.
You do music. So when did that outlet come about for you?
It's kind of recent, really. Like really, I'm just more like an actor, at the moment. But like I've decided to go into music. It started out with a friend. If I can give a shout out to him, Jack Lamb from Final Words. He's in like a beatdown hardcore band. He's great. He told me like literally like we both like did like a little acting job together, and he literally said to me like, "You got good deep vocals," and I'm like, "Yeah, okay, mate, sure." But then a few people have said this, and even one of them, my other mate, said like, "I want to start a band and all that." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm just an actor," and I'm like, "You got good vocals," and I was like, "Okay, sure." So yeah, at the moment I'm in a band called Hounds. It's a hardcore band. Don't know when we'll be releasing music. We got an Instagram account. It's just hound.hxc. We should be like doing more stuff soon. But yeah, at the moment it's just on the low at the moment. So yeah.
Awesome. We're gonna be on the lookout for that. Whenever you guys get those, music videos out and get those singles out, those EPs, give us a
Yeah,
shout so we can play it here on the podcast.
will do, man.
All right, Daniel. So we're at that show. We're at that part of the episode where I asked the guest this question. What is a book, a TV show, or a film that you recommend to the next generation?
A book is, I mean, I'm not a reader of books, mate, but I love I guess Clive Barker. Like Clive Barker, like even when I was trying to like read books, Clive Barker was easy to read. Um, Anything from him. If you're like a horror fan, listen to read Clive Barker. He is like the Liverpool Stephen King. He's just great. Um, a movie. Um, man, watch Legend. Legend starring Tom Hardy. It's a fantastic movie. It's just perfect in any sort of way. Um, what was the other one again? Sorry,
TV show.
TV show. Sopranos. I think Sopranos is definitely the best TV show of all time. There's no like going on about it. It's just a fantastic TV show. It's just a fantastic TV show. Like there's no going away about it. It's a brilliant TV show.
Awesome, awesome. I love it.
Mm.
All right, everyone. That was our episode today. We had Daniel Proctor, the creative individual from Liverpool. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to check out some of our previous episodes on our YouTube channel, Inside Plug with two G's. And then also, we're here every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right, everyone. This has been our episode of Inside Plug. Daniel, thanks for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, everyone, remember, stay inspired and keep creating. Inside Plug, signing out.